Now, let's go back to the metaphysics of medicine. In order to clarify the metaphysical premises of traditional Chinese medicine, I need to spend a few minutes talk about the metaphysical premises of what we call modern medicine or scientific medicine. Here I would like to recommend a book by Professor James A. Markham from Baylor University, USA, An Introductory Philosophy of Medicine, Humanizing Modern Medicine. It is the best book about the philosophy of biomedicine. It is relatively easy to read and quite comprehensive in outlining the metaphysical frameworks for biomedicine. Unlike many other books about the philosophies of medicine, which almost exclusively focus on the ethical issues in medicine, this book pays much of its attention to the ontological and epistemological issues. I'm not saying that the ethical issues in medicine are not important. They are extremely important. I'm just saying that they are not the only philosophical issues we need to address, especially when we analyze and compare biomedicine with medical practices from cultures other than the Western culture. The ontological and epistemological questions are particularly important when it comes to medical traditions that do not share the same philosophical framework of biomedicine, such as traditional Chinese medicine. Now, for people who are not familiar with the philosophical jargons, let me explain the terms I use here. So, what are metaphysics, ontology, or epistemology? I have to simplify these concepts here. Otherwise, it will take me forever to explain them. If you're interested, you can check out Professor Markham's book or contact me for online lessons on the subject. To tell you the truth, philosophers do not agree on what metaphysics is. We use this term quite loosely, just like we use the term like air. We have our everyday use as the air we breathe, but a physicist would have a quite different view from that of a chemist about what constitutes air. So I'm just going to explain how the term metaphysics is used in everyday philosophical discourse today. I'm also going to limit my opinion on metaphysics related only to medicine. Since the medicine we use in the West is closely related to our assumptions about our biological bodies, so I'm going to use the term biomedicine rather than modern medicine or scientific medicine, which are implicitly biased. There is a whole set of premises for biomedicine. The metaphysics of biomedicine include assumptions about the nature of beings such as our bodies, the entity that cause diseases such as virus, bacteria, and parasites, and the properties of these beings, etc. It is also assumed that our bodies consist of different parts that can be taken apart and put together again, that our bodies are governed by the same set of physical laws governing all mechanical systems like the clock. Here is a quote from Markham's book. Mechanistic monism of the biomedical model is a metaphysical position in which the patient is a collection of parts and the specific functions are the result of a combination of these parts, much like a machine. This mechanistic monist view of human body is widely shared in the biomedical community around the world. And this belief is the foundation of the many medical interventions such as organ transplants and other kinds of surgeries. The Nobel laureate Francis Crick's statement is the most striking expression of this view. You, your joys and your sorrows, your memories and your ambition, your sense of personal identity and free will, are in fact no more than the behavior of a vast assembly of nerve cells and their associated molecules. It is rather depressing that all the things we valued so much in our lives are nothing but a bunch of nerve cells and their functions. However, if you are a true scientist, this is what you should believe. But most of us don't. That is why alternative and complementary medical practices are still so popular in the West. There are also the premises about the causal connections between different phenomena, such as diseases and various bacteria and parasites. Such premises are the philosophical foundation for medical research on various clinical intervention. So these kind of claims are part of the metaphysics we call the ontological premises. Now, I also mentioned another philosophical concept, epistemology. Again, we philosophers cannot agree on what it is. Well, to reveal a secret, we don't agree on anything. That is just the nature of philosophy and how philosophy is kept alive. So I'm just going to tell you my own understanding of the term. For me, epistemology is a set of premises we made up before we start talking about knowledge. It is basically a set of premises about how do we know about things, what can and cannot be known to us, what are the connections between what we know and what we want, and how to get what we want from what we know, etc. Since this is also a huge topic when it comes to medicine, I won't get into details of this subject in this video. I'll talk about it in my next video on philosophy of medicine. I'm Dr. Gao, specialized in classical Chinese philosophy. I make videos about classical Chinese philosophies, poetry, and medical literature. If you like the content of my video, please click the like button and subscribe my channel. I also offer one-to-one online lessons on these subjects. So if you would like to study more about these subjects, please contact me. Here's my email address. Thanks for watching my video. I'll see you next time.